new movies are in stores and available on demand. So joining us now is our Windy City Live contributor, David Plummer, with Plummer's Picks. Hi, David.
Hey.
So we wanted to start off with a movie that's available in theaters, but it's also on demand, which is what a lot of movies are doing, right? And it's called Head Games. Take a look at this.
Co-captain of the Penn football team committed suicide. He had 20 areas of his brain that were falling apart that were all going to keep spreading.
I got hit from behind. People said I was on the ice for like 4 or 5 minutes. I only remember 20 seconds of it.
So that's your brain. How much of you are you willing to put on the line for a game?
But what's the level of acceptable risk? And what's the level of reasonable reform?
If you only have 1 out of every 100 kids getting diagnosed with a concussion, you're missing them, and your kids are at terrible risk.
This is a heavy movie, and it's just interesting. We're talking about the Bears playing last night and all this football, but it makes you, as a parent, a little concerned about even signing your kids up or encouraging that.
It sure does. Yeah, this is a documentary from a guy named Steve James, who's the guy that did like Hoop Dreams, or a movie that came out last year called The Interrupters. And yeah, it's a movie about, you know, it's a hard movie to watch because we all love sports. We love our football, we love our basketball, we love soccer. But this movie makes a case for maybe we shouldn't be playing them. You know, NFL players are 20 times more likely to have Alzheimer's than your average person.
Right.
Okay, because literally a concussion is brain damage. You know, and every time you see stars, you've had a concussion. And so we're just now kind of finding out about how serious it is. But this is a must-see movie for any parent that's thinking about putting your kids into sports. You know, and I'm not judging anyone. Like, if you see this and you want to still put your kid in sports, obviously that's your decision. But you need to see this just so you're educated on it.
Right.
You know, so it's an important issue and it's a really good movie. $6.99 on demand and on iTunes. Check it out. It is well worth your money.
Okay, totally. And Johnny Depp has a movie out that was just released, and this is called Dark Shadows.
Yes, Johnny Depp, Michelle Pfeiffer. This is from Tim Burton, a completely different movie from what we were just talking about. So this is a take on the 1960s vampire show that was on TV for years and years. And, you know, it's not the greatest movie in the world. You know, I wouldn't tell people to go out in theaters and spend all that money to see it. But for on demand, you spend $3.99. You could do worse.
But there's some funny moments in there with Johnny Depp that, like you said, for $4 and it's a Friday night, you have nothing else to do. This would be something good to flip on.
I think so. I think it's worth your $3.99. Not worth your $10, but worth your $3.99.
Right. And you know what? You have a couple of older movies too that are available now on Blu-ray for the first time ever, and we're talking about The Princess Bride, which I never saw.
Oh, The Princess Bride is so great. Who loves The Princess Bride? Oh, exactly.
So I should see it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of my favorite comedies, one of my favorite movies ever. I mean, Billy Crystal, Carrie Ewells, Mandy Patinkin, Christopher Guest, Andre the Giant. I mean, so many great people. First time on Blu-ray. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. It's well worth your time.
I think first I should invest in a Blu-ray player.
You should, yes. They're pretty cheap now, so you absolutely should.
And to get with the times. And then, of course, speaking of princesses.
Speaking of princesses, we've also got Cinderella, the classic Disney movie, is out on Blu-ray as well. Who doesn't love Cinderella? And as a matter of fact, our friends at Disney Home Entertainment wanted to send our entire audience home with a Blu-ray DVD combo of Cinderella.
Cool. Thanks, David. Thanks for that. We've got some on-demand picks to see for sure. More Windy City Live coming up right after this.